I studied at Michigan State University and started out in dairy management. I was raised on a dairy farm, so I thought that that's the way I wanted to go. Then I saw an advertisement through Student Services to volunteer at a horseback riding stable, and it happened to be in Beekman, which is a center for intellectual disability students that are a little bit more severe. So I went there, got hired for the job, and fell in love with the population. I wanted my students to be active athletically. So therefore I pursued Special Olympics, and we first attended the area field and track event. Absolutely had the best time of my life. I really believe in bringing in the community. Therefore I invited the American Legion out of Holt Post 238 to attend with me and help be chaperones. They made shirts for the athletes, and they came and ran the events with them. It took them to each one of the events. We had a fabulous time together. That's how I kind of started into Special Olympics. I really wanted to learn about more opportunities because I kept hearing about summer games and winter games. And once I became on the management team, I then discovered about all these different opportunities for athletes.
Special Olympics Michigan was established in 1968. Since their inception, the organization has divided various counties throughout the state in order to create 37 different regions, known simply as areas. Valerie Suszko works with Area 8, which is comprised of Ingham and Eaton County. Nestled in the quaint community of Holt, Michigan, Valerie works at Washington Woods Middle School and has since it opened its doors in 1993.
She's just a warm spirit. Her relationship with her kids is as much a mother hen as it is a teacher. She shuffles all of her kids along, she nurtures. She does the same with staff and parapros within our building. She's very nurturing, and she's very practical in how she interacts with kids and adults.
She has so much dedication, and she knows each student on that personal level. She's working with 3 different units now. So really, she can have up to 120 kids, and she knows them all on a personal level. And when someone's having a bad day, a lot of times I will see those kids feed down into her room just to go in there and sit and just relax. And she just brings that motherly aspect to the building.
But it's her dedication to the Special Olympics that has raised the bar for educators everywhere.
When I first met Val, I think at that point I was like assistant area director, and she was a teacher who was coming and chaperoning her students out of her classroom. And then as she went to games and saw the potential and the ability to enhance the lives of her students through sports and sports training and fitness, she got more and more involved. And then we were both getting more and more involved at the same time, and both had, as special ed teachers, and seeing the benefits that our students were gaining from the opportunities. However, to do that, there has to be money. So we both started going, okay, how can we do that? So we got more involved in the management side of it, mostly trying to find opportunities for our own students.
We don't charge any of the families. We ask them to help us with certain fundraisers, such as like the Polar Plunge or help sell calendars, but there's no charge to any athlete to be able to participate.
Well, we didn't know until Brian was born, and it took the doctors some time to figure out what type of syndrome he had. Physically, he looked fine, but they did a lot of testing and found that he had what we call microcephaly. So he was born with a small brain, and they said he would not be able to think abstractly as an adult, and that he would have severe cognitive impairment. And at that time, Brian did have strong abilities athletic-wise, and so she recommended he try out for the ski team, which was really not a part of our school district, but more of the whole entire area, what we call Area 8. We tried him out on skiing and cross country and swimming and poly hockey and basketball, and so she gave other kids opportunities as well. She didn't want the funding to be an issue with the kids. So what she decided to do is mainly have team sports. That way more people can be involved in Special Olympics than the individual type sports. So she's always looking ahead and never wanting somebody left out, and always helping with the fundraising as well.
They were getting ready for the George Perlis golf outing at the country club, and I saw them hanging up signs, and I chased after one of the gentlemen, Bobby Pop, that's a coordinator of it, and I said, I want to be a part of this. What do I need to do? And that's how I got on that side of it. And then when my daughter started in Val's classroom, she kept trying to convince me that I needed to put Allison in Special Olympics. When she was at private school, she was not labeled. She did not have to be labeled to get the help as they do in public school. So I was fighting it, didn't want her to be labeled. And it took me a while. Finally, she convinced me it was to Allison's benefit, so I did do that. She just jumped in, loved it, did all kinds of sports, basketball, swimming, bowling, poly hockey, gymnastics. It just opened up a new world for her.
Thomas has autism. He's probably considered moderately impaired depending upon which way you look at the spectrum. He has deficits in language, again, deficits in social skills. That's kind of the hallmark of autism. However, for a person with autism, he's got a huge sense of humor, hardworking kid, very honest kid, good soul. He's been a blessing, and it's been a joy to be his parent. She wanted Thomas to do that unified run across the United States, and we did. And that was such a great experience for Thomas. They had 3 routes that ran across the United States, and there was a leg that went up through Michigan as it continued on towards California. Well, we picked a portion of that leg, and we practiced up for that, and we raised money for that, and he ran the whole distance with that torch. How proud he was to do it and be a part of something, much larger.
We have a special needs daughter. She was born prematurely, and we've been through the whole gamut of things. So when we moved to Holt in 1997, obviously we needed some special education. And at the point when we moved to Washington Woods, Val Suszko was there. We then were kind of notified regarding Special Olympics. She had a passion for special needs kids. You could clearly see that not only in her classroom, but with the athletes that she encountered and the families. I mean, she brings us all in, and over the years, I've gone from being a chaperone to now my husband and I are coaches for certain sports. So she knows how to reel you in. If you think about the social interactions you and I may have had as we grew up, and the games we played and the neighborhood friends we have, a lot of special needs kids, they're going to a school that may or may not be their home school, so they're away from the kids in their neighborhood. But this gives them that social opportunity that they otherwise might not have.
I like doing sports and helping out and hanging out with other kids and friends and meeting new kids. She taught me how to play, good sports and how to handle this, the puck and swimming, do your best and stuff.
Miss Suszko helped me try sports like bowling, swimming, cross country, skiing, and team sports like basketball, softball, and football. Mrs. Suszko is a good coach and wanted me to join in the relay across America. I was proud to carry the torch.
I've always told myself that when I stop tearing up is when it's time for me to leave. All of the moments are special. All the moments are, because you have to look at everybody individually. So when I stop tearing up, that's time for me to leave.